Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here. If you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing and pressing the bell icon down in the corner to be informed of my latest videos. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are on the planet. I hope you're all doing a lot better than me. I am still full of cold, hence the lack of videos recently. I've been just too full of snot and shit and all stuff like that to be able to do a decent voice in a video, so you'll have to excuse my voice in this one. It is still pretty bad. Hopefully though, I'll get rid of this cold for Christmas and I won't be suffering with it over Christmas, which is usually what happens, so hopefully I'm getting it out the way now. But anyway, that being said, in this video I wanted to share my tips for making money in Escape From Tarkov. And straight off the bat, I'm going to tell you that there's no exact science behind this. It's not a technical walkthrough or anything like that. And it's a fairly simple process. It's probably something that a lot of people do anyway within the game. In fact, I have seen a lot of people doing it. And that is pure and simple, just hatchet runs. Now, I know that hatchet runs are the scourge of a lot of players within Escape From Tarkov. A lot of people moan about people running around with hatchets. I really don't see the problem with it. If you are a geared player, a hatchet player is no threat to you whatsoever. They're very, very easy to take out. It's a free dog tag if you manage to get them, if they don't manage to run away from you too quickly. So I really don't understand the argument of people moaning about people running around with hatchets. Like I say, it's a free dog tag. Why moan about it? But now more than ever, Escape From Tarkov is an economy-driven game. You know, you take away the PvE and the PvP and it's basically just an economy game. Everything sells for a certain price and everybody is trying to get hold of those golden ticket items that sell for good money. Now, not everything within the game has a great price on it. There are a lot of things that aren't really necessary within the game, but now more than ever, those items that are needed for tasks, you know, the ones where you've got to hand in a certain number of items, those are the items that are now fetching pretty big money on the flea market. Now, for me, the introduction of the flea market has been a revelation with this game, and to be perfectly honest, I think it's one of the most important things they've put in the game in the whole year that I have been playing this game. It has been the best thing that they have put in so far. The reason I say that is because I am a casual gamer. I don't get to game on this game, you know, for 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 hours a day. I get to play maybe a couple of hours throughout the week, and then maybe on a Saturday and Sunday I can get to put maybe 3, 4 hours into the game. I don't get a massive amount of time to put into it. You know, I have a family, I've got work, so obviously family comes first, and then it's work, and then gaming comes in last. But for a casual gamer like me, Escape From Tarkov, which still used to be a lot of fun, but it was a very grindy game. You know, between the last 2 wipes I only managed to get to rank 26. With the introduction of the flea market within the last 3 weeks, I've managed to get to rank 30, almost rank 31. And that is because all of those tasks where you have to gather things, you no longer have to go and gather them. You can just buy them on the flea market and hand them over. But what that means is that there is a massive demand for people to go out and find those items to sell to those people that don't want to go and find them themselves. So this is what creates the economy within the game. So for instance, the very first task for the therapist, you have to hand in 5 Salewas. Before that might have taken a couple of hours to find them within the game. Now you can just go buy them straight off the marketplace, hand them over, and there you go, you're on your way. The person that sells them makes a little bit of profit on them, everybody's happy. And this is where I come in with doing the hatchet runs. I have been farming certain areas to pick up certain things because I know these things will sell good on the marketplace. And the other thing that I've been doing with this is, like I say, I've got family, my entire rig is in my living room, so it's not so easy for me to game with the headset on and using a microphone to talk to my friends. So what I tend to do is just solo hatchet run, and I don't even put my headset on, so I can't hear where anybody else is within the game. I just go running around blindly, and it may sound a bit stupid, but most of the time it pays off. A lot of the time I don't have no fear of where I'm going on the map because I can't hear what other people are doing. You know, if you've got a headset on, you might avoid certain areas because you can hear shooting. I can't hear none of that, so I just go running through blindly and pick up what I can and get out with it. Now what I do is I've got the EOD edition, so I've got the large gamma case. That is pretty much necessary for something like this. If you're running the cheap edition of the game and you've only got a small alpha case, you're not really going to make too much money out of that. You're going to need the gamma case, really. And you're going to need to be not afraid to die. You know, this is one of those games where we don't like to die because we lose things, but if you're just running around as a hatchet and you've got everything in your gamma, then there's absolutely no fear in dying within the game. And in some instances it means that you haven't got to trudge all the way across the map to get to the extract. You get killed, you're out quick, and you can get back in even quicker. So I tend to farm mainly on shoreline and customs. Shoreline is dependent on what spawn you get. Obviously you're going to need some of the keys for the shoreline area, you're going to need keys for in customs as well. You're looking at, in the small dorms, you've got at least 3 rooms in there with safes in that you can get money out of and other rare items. So you want to be hitting places like that. There's the marked room. If you get a certain spawn on customs, which is on the embankment next to the river, if you get that spawn, you can be at marked room before anybody else on that map. So you need to work out where certain like weapons cases and items cases are around where you spawn. Hit those first, get what you can, and get out. So even things like packs of cigarettes, you've got the 3 types, you've got the Wilstons, the Lucky Strikes and the Marlboros, which are all needed for a certain task. These sell for good money, especially the Wilstons because they are a lot more rare. They sell for really good money. There are things, you know, the things that you may have overlooked in the past, but right now they are worth really good money. Then of course you've got the medical items which are needed for tasks. You've got gas analyzers. Basically anything that is needed for a task will fetch pretty decent money on the market, and that's just how I make my money. I'll do 20-30 raids in a row. I will put most of it into my scav box and put that to one side until the weekend, and then I tend to get to a Friday and then start selling everything on the marketplace, and then I have all my money in place to buy all of the gear that I need to do the raids with my friends. It's all there. So yeah, that is pretty much how I make money within the game. It's like I say, it's not technical way, there's no science behind it. I'm just getting in there, running to certain places, and if I can get out, you know, that's all well and good. You'll get a bit more extra XP. If I get killed, I don't too much care. But like I say, running around with no headset on, I've run into firefights between people before. I've managed to hatchet people, get their gear. I've had some quite fun times doing it. So like I say, it isn't for everybody. Some people prefer to go in fully geared and raid that way. I was doing that over the weekend on interchange because I needed to do the 30 scavs. Each time I went in, I came out fully loaded with gear. You know, there was no real issues in that. The other thing that I will say as well is if you're looking to do hatchet runs or even raids at a time when there'd be less people on the map and you've got a better chance of getting gear out, then I would look to do times that are after 6 in the evening on the map, because a lot of people tend to see 6 in the evening and they'll skip that and they'll do the morning raid because they know that it's getting light then. They don't like to go into a raid where it's getting dark. But in all honesty, it doesn't get pitch black in Tarkov until around 10 PM. So you've got a fair bit of time to play with on the map there. I have gone onto the shoreline map many a time at 7, 8, 9 o'clock on a night. I've been able to hit 310, get everything out of there, hit another couple of rooms, and I haven't seen anybody else. I haven't heard a single gunshot. Like I say, a lot of people avoid that. You will now and again, of course, get somebody on there with night vision and you'll get drilled, but like I said, the stuff's already in my gamma, so I'm all well and good. So I just wanted to share that with you. That is the quickest way that I make money within the game. I don't do too bad. I am never broke. Like some of the guys that I game with, they seem to always be broke because they're always doing raids fully geared, which is fine. That's, you know, that's how the game is meant to be played, I suppose. But hatcheting, farming things and selling them on to people, that is also a way that the game is played now. You know, it's like I say, it's economy driven. There's supply and demand there, and I am getting the supplies in and the demand is there, so I sell it for good money. And that's just how I go about doing it. Now, I have been thinking about doing some tutorial videos for doing some of the tasks within the game. Of course, everybody searches to find out how to do tasks, and there are a couple of people out there that do really good task videos already, and I've been umming and ahhing between doing them because I know now and again the variables within tasks can change and render your videos useless, so you'd have to do updates to them. So whether or not I'm going to be doing that, I'm not too sure. I think there's some tasks that never really change, and other times the variables within them do change, such as the amount of items that you need to grab will change. So I'm thinking of maybe doing some tutorial videos on that, but as I say, I just wanted to share how I make money within the game. It's quick and easy, it's simple, as long as you're not afraid of dying within the game, as long as you're not trying to have the best kill to death ratio within the game. I mean, I don't really care about the stats of the game. I play it just to enjoy it, just to have a bit of fun. I'm not a hardcore gamer, just a casual one. And yeah, I just think it's a quick and easy way to make money. When you spawn in, learn where the closest areas are for things to pick up and just do it from there. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for how you make money within the game, let me know, put it in the comments section down below. I reply to every and all comments, as people know anyway. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.